All right, day 3 of Sober September is off to a good start. I'm feeling pretty good today. Definitely committed to not having any alcohol. Feeling good about that. I'm not going to have a problem continuing for the rest of the month with that goal. And yeah, I don't know. Today's just kind of a weird day. I had like a weird sleeping time last night. My son has had a cold the past couple of days, and last night he was like waking up, like, I don't know, he keeps like waking up in the night saying like, no, and like crying and stuff. And so I don't really know what's going on there. I feel like it's some sort of psychic attack or something. But it was just like every time I was about to fall back asleep last night, he would start like crying again and waking up. And so it was just like, but he seems to calm down like when I'm right next to him. Like if we're always sleeping right next to each other, but I have his twin bed like right up against our king bed. And so, you know, he's always right there, but when we're literally like right up against each other, he seems to calm down for the most part. So anyway, I just felt like I was like awake for like an hour in the middle of the night last night. So kind of woke up feeling a little groggy and weird. And, I don't know, do you ever have like a day where you're just like driving around town and you're just like, this is such a weird day. Like everything just seems like strange. Like people seem like they're acting weird, or like cars are driving crazy. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's just sort of weird. So I don't know what that's all about, but went out and ran some errands this morning and just dropped Alex off with my friend who is watching him these days while I do my schoolwork. So I'm going to go home and work on my schoolwork. But I really wanted to share something really cool that I guess had a realization or a download about recently. I read some books. Well, I did read one of the books. I got a physical copy of one of them. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. Really, really good. Actually recommended to me by the friend of mine who's taking care of my son right now. And the books are so good. They're really, really old, actually. I think they're like over 100, maybe about 100 years old, if not more. But this woman is basically talking about manifestation, but she uses a lot of terminology about God, not in like a religious way, but like just like the God, the creator of the universe, pretty much. But yeah, and I just love her approach, because she was like basically a manifestation teacher, but she would help people manifest things by, she calls it, speaking the word for them. So she would put out these prayers basically in people's name, and help them manifest things. And so I think that's where this idea this realization that I had kind of came from. But so it's not, you know, it didn't just come to me out of nowhere, but I mean, they never do, right? They're always coming from somewhere. But anyway, so what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, so my friend Christine, the one who's taking care of my son, she needs a car for her son, who is 18, and he just started a community college down at College of the Redwoods, which is pretty far from her house these days. She lives in this rural area, kind of far out of town, down this really windy dirt road. So anyway, so she's been driving her son back and forth, and I'm like, girl, you got to get this kid a car, like, you know, which is maybe should be his responsibility to some degree, but he doesn't have a job either, which it becomes such a complicated situation when you live in such a remote area and you don't have a car and you don't have a job. It's like, well, how do you make money to get a car? So anyway, but I realized like we can help each other manifest things because we are not as emotionally attached to receiving or whatever, to receiving the thing that we're trying to manifest. So we can basically, I was like, I'm going to help you manifest a car. And I just had this feeling that like something was going to come through like pretty quickly for her. So I said to her one afternoon, I'm going to help you manifest a car. I said, universe, we're ready for a car for your son. The best car. She added a couple words of her own, and we just kind of put it out there. And then a couple days later, it was 2 days later, we went to a birthday party at a friend's house, and his old car was sitting out in front of their house. And I was like, oh, this is the perfect car for like a starter car, just for a young teenager that needs a first car, And so I said to my friend whose house we were at, I said, hey, my another friend of mine looking for a car for her son, blah, blah, blah. How much you want, or like, are you trying to get rid of this car out here? And he's like, $200, take it away. And I was like, what? Are you serious? $200? That's pretty unheard of. I mean, my first car was $2,500, and that was like freaking, I don't even know how many years ago now. So yeah, I was just like, what, are you for real? And he was like, yeah, I mean, it needs some work. Like, I don't know how much work it's going to need, but like, it runs fine right now. It just definitely like needs some work. But I just couldn't believe he was like willing to just get rid of it for $200. And so I told my friend, and just right then and there, I was like, I'm going to go out and take a picture of this car right now and send it to her right now at the party. And so I did that, and I actually called her before I sent her the picture to tell her about the car. So I sent her the picture, and then she went to see the car yesterday, and she loved my friend Jeff, and who's getting rid of his car, and I'm sure he's really happy to get rid of it. And she was like, we're gonna get the car. So I was just like, dang girl, like that really worked really quickly. So hopefully it's a good car and it will last them for a while. But I just thought that was really cool, and I wanted to share that. So if you have a friend that's trying to manifest something, try it out and see if you can help them manifest it by speaking the word like Florence Scovel Shinn, and make a prayer to the universe to bring it through for them. Because yeah, we are so powerful, and we can do a lot for other people, like I said, because we're not emotionally attached to the outcome of the manifestation or whatever. So yeah, just wanted to share that cool little thing that happened, and that's all for now. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.